As usual. Good morning to Mrs. Aaron, and thanks for welcoming us. Um, Let me recognize the permanent secretary in my ministry, Mrs. Esther Thomas, the executive director, Mr. Stevenson, Alexander Stevenson, and as I said, all of you from the media, a pleasant good morning to you. And to the listening public as well, a pleasant morning to you. And it's a blessed morning, I must say. And most of the MSME, small business, micro business owners in Dominica will be happy to note that the long-awaited grant support is about to commence. As you would know, very early, the Prime Minister of Dominica made the pronouncement that there will be grant support for enterprises in Dominica, especially micro and small businesses. And there has been support already for private sector businesses, the larger companies. Through the aid bank, you would have known that we had an agreement signed, an amendment to the facilities at the aid bank so that private sector or the larger companies that have been affected can have access to the necessary resources. And so today we are here to launch a second part of support to the private sector, and particularly, as I said, micro and small businesses. The reality is that small businesses in Dominica have been greatly affected. And every day we get the requests, the inquiries as to what kind of support or when are they going to get, when are small businesses going to get the needed support so that they can recover from the losses, loss of livelihoods, even loss of jobs, and loss of provision of services. So it affects not only the small business owners, but the people who would require the services from these small businesses. And just this morning, one small business person told me, when are we getting this grant support? Because I am now unemployed, and now the two young people who were working with me are no longer employed as well. And the service that I was providing to the Portsmouth Secondary School students, the small canteen, is no longer there. So it is very important that we get on stream, and we are happy to present that today. We have been working behind the scenes, working alongside the World Bank team. As you know, the resources are being provided or will be provided by the World Bank, and it's a partnership program with the Ministry of Commerce. And so we had to put all of the systems, the processes, the protocols, the requirements in place, and that you will hear of very shortly from the Permanent Secretary and Mr. Alexander, the Executive Director. But over the next 2 weeks, from today until the 24th, we will be inviting people to apply. You must have suffered loss from area for you to apply. And you have until, as I said, the 24th to make sure that you apply. We will be reaching out to all communities via the village councils so that people can have access to the application forms. We will also be launching our public relations, public awareness to ensure that people are well informed and that everybody that has been affected, everybody who has a small business that has been affected and meets the requirement can have access to the grant, can have access to the application form. So it's not going to just be in Roseau, but we're going to make sure that we reach out to all the communities around Dominica, the rural communities and around Roseau. The forms will also be available at the ministry as well. So all of those who are within my voice begin to spread the word that the small business grants application process is right now until the 24th. The targeted subsectors are within retail, trade and services, food and beverages, manufacturing and agro-processing, and construction. And the target is 1,500 small and micro businesses around Dominica. So I hope that the media will be assisting us in spreading the word, and that you will be hearing shortly more information as to what the requirements are and what some of the processes will be. Thank you very much.